What's poppin'? It's your girl D here with 8th House Energy, here to bring you your Saturn return video for the year of 2022. I hope all is well with everybody. I want to thank you for coming to the channel, checking it out. Make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell. That way, if you want to check out videos again in the future, you just hit that subscription button on your YouTube feed, and it'll, I'll be one of the ones that'll be there, right? All the channels that you're subscribed to. So with that being said, this is a general read. Please take what resonates, leave the rest. Now, before you watch the video, I would recommend that you hit pause. You go to the 8th House Readings Community tab. Scroll down to the posting that I did for June 4th. All right, where it talks about Saturn retrograde. It'll say, hey, 8th House community, I hope all is well. Saturn is in retrograde in Aquarius. Read that thoroughly, because it's going to tell you how to interpret this reading. And once you read that, come on back here, right? It also is going to tell you to look at the Saturn retrograde readings from last year, because they're in the same placement. They're in the same house. They're in Aquarius. Saturn's in retrograde again in Aquarius this year. So what you want to do is compare what was going on last year to what's going on this year. If you resonated with it last year and you don't resonate with it this year, okay, maybe your lesson is different now. Maybe you've elevated. If it's the same issue that was going on last year that's going on this year, then maybe you need to really stop and take stock and check out the reading, and also check out the extended, so that you can get over this karmic hump. Okay, because other than that, the cycle is going to keep repeating itself. All right. Also, I'm incorporating Pluto with this, because Pluto and Saturn go hand in hand. Pluto rules karma. Pluto rules reincarnation, and Saturn rules karma. And if you read the excerpt, you'll know why I'm including them together. All right. So this is why they're going hand in hand. So Pluto is in your 12th house. Okay. And it's in retrograde. They're both going to be, Saturn and Pluto are both in retrograde until October. So of course, Saturn's in retrograde in your first house. All right. Again, I apologize if I didn't say anything about the noise outside. I'm sorry, they're doing construction, but we got to get the readings out. Okay. Regardless, energies are trying to stop these messages from getting out. I pulled the window down and it's still loud, but you know what? We're going to get the messages out anyway. Don't you worry about it. All right, we got to keep moving. So Aquarius, let's see what we got going on here for you. So the first row here, the top row, is going to be your first house. So your first house is, how you stand your ground, how you present yourself to people. It's all about, how you control yourself, how people see you control yourself. Are you in control of yourself? Do you let others control you? That's the first house type of energy. And then we're dealing with the dark cards, which are Pluto, and that deals with your 12th house. So that deals with your subconscious energies. That deals with your dreams. Pluto also deals with reincarnation. So when the soul reincarnates, whatever type of experiences it has in whatever realm you're in, or whatever life you're in, sometimes some of those situations are so impactful that when you die and you reincarnate into a new body, of course the soul doesn't change. The soul's eternal. It is eternal. So you may die in this life and reincarnate into a next life. Some of the things that happen to you in this life, if it was very impactful on the soul, then the soul will remember these things in the next life. So this is why sometimes people have phobias and they don't know why. Like you're scared of heights, or you're scared to get on a boat and you don't know why. You've never been on a boat before, but you're definitely scared, and you'll never get on one. That's a strong phobia, and it could very well be that maybe something happened to you on a boat. Okay, so that's something from a past life. So that's an example of the soul having an impactful imprint from something that happened to you in a past life, and it traveled with you into this life. So sometimes we're dealing with a lot of phobias, okay, and that has a lot to do with the soul. The DNA recordings of things that have happened to you in the past life coming into the next life with those scars. Sometimes we remember things from a past life, depending on what's going on. But a lot of times it could be like, you may feel like an energy of deja vu, or dreams. Pay attention to your dreams, because Pluto right now is in your 12th house. So it's very important that you pay attention to your dreams. What I like to talk about with the Pluto 12th house energy is it's very important that you write down what you remember in reference to your dreams, and do it every night, And then, start with the new moon. So, it may be a little late now with the new moon energies, but still start right now. Today is what, the 6th is that I'm recording this? It's the 6th of June. So write everything down until we get to the new moon. Write down what's going on. And once we get to the new moon in Cancer, take a look at everything you wrote down from the 6th to the new moon in Cancer and see if you can make sense of it. See if you can decipher it in any way, shape, or form, or try to understand it, because it's like a cycle of things going on with the lunar cycle. It gets pretty deep, okay? So with that being said, let's move on and see what's going on. So this is your past life karma, your current life karma, and the karma that you're creating right now, which you're going to pick up in the future, right? And if you don't pick this karma up in the future and you pass away before you get it, it's going to cycle back around, and it's going to be something that you're going to bring into the next life. It's just a cycle. Your past life karma, we have the merchant energy in reverse. This energy, when it's in reverse, to me, this is like a hustler, or this is somebody who maybe didn't do well in business. Okay, maybe somebody's having problems getting a business off the ground. Somebody may have lost a business. Somebody could be a crooked business person, or you could just be a street hustler. Okay, or you could just be somebody who takes advantage of people, who robs people, who steals from people, that type of thing. So that's what I'm showing what's going on in your past life. If you weren't doing this, you were exposed to somebody who did this to you, okay? Or if you weren't the business owner, maybe you worked for this person, or this was someone you were married to, but it impacted you in a heavy way. Now, the psychological energy behind it, which is Pluto energy, because Pluto deals with the soul's, like I said, the implants from a past life, the psychology behind it, which is anxiety. So this could, like I said, this could be somebody who lost their fortune, who lost their business. They may have had to start over. And so the reason could have been anxiety, or it could have caused a lot of anxiety. And so maybe that anxiety put you in a position where you did things that were not, karmically correct for you. But we'll clarify what that could be specifically in the next reading. In the extended. But whatever this karmic energy was, it was not resolved in your past life. So it comes over into the current life. So this is your current karma that you're currently creating right now. And that you're also taking care of this karma at the same time. We have the service energy in reverse. The servant energy in reverse. So for some of you, this could be an energy of you not listening to your guides. This could also be an energy of somebody who may not have may not be able to provide all the things that they need for themselves. This is also somebody who could be selfish and stubborn. This could also be somebody who allows people to use them. Okay, take advantage of them, like in a sense where it's like you do too much for people. You're people pleasing. All right, and the psychology behind that is an energy of lack. So it could be a lack of self-esteem, which is why you try to people please. Okay, so for some of you in the past life, maybe somebody took from you or stole from you, or you took or stole from someone, and so in this life, this is why you may have a lack. Okay, or maybe you may not be able to keep jobs, or there could be a situation here where you are not, for whatever reason, you're being selfish, because maybe in a past life you were that way. Maybe you stole from people, and so in this past life you're like, look, I'm not going to work for anybody. You could have been a hustler, like I said. You could have been a hustler. And then in this life here, you refuse to work. All right. But there's an energy of lack and anxiety here, psychologically. Okay, so it could be maybe you went without. That could be the case. But if you don't resolve this situation like this, the planets are going to be in retrograde all summer until October. So if you don't, and again, these are examples of what I'm giving, okay? It doesn't have to be that this is actually what happened to you. This is just an example of the energies that you may be dealing with. The scenarios could be different. The people could be different. But there's a lack here. There's a loss here. And it could be intentionally done, where someone was being taken advantage of, or someone could have just lost out. But whatever it was, there was some anxiety that was created as a result of it. Maybe you were robbed. Okay, maybe someone stole from you. Maybe someone ripped you off. Maybe you were the robber or the thief. You know, the Aquarius energy in retrograde, I'm not in retrograde, but the Aquarius energy when it's in reverse, like, or in the negative aspect, is somebody who's a rebel, a renegade, a criminal. Okay? So for some of you, you very well were a criminal in your past life, or you ran with criminals. Okay? But you were very anxious about what you were doing, or there was some anxiety behind what you were doing. Maybe you were nervous that you were going to get caught. Maybe you didn't get caught by 3D law. And so there was some anxiety that you died for because maybe you were on the run. Okay, that could very well be the case. And so in this life, with the servant energy or service energy in reverse here, I feel like this is you not conceding to something or not giving in to something because it may put you in a position of lack. Again, this could also be you not listening to your higher self, not following what you're supposed to do, not being of service in the manner in which you're supposed to do. Also with Aquarius energy, you're supposed to be of service to, not necessarily supposed to be, but it's an energy of being of service to the collective. So maybe you robbed and stole in the past life, and now in this life, the universe wants you to be of service to the collective. And for some of you, maybe you're not doing that. And this is why you're experiencing lack. So, you know, you may not get your financial needs met, or you may always struggle to have your financial needs met until you start paying back restitution in some way, shape, or form. The more I'm looking at this, the more I feel like some of you may have been criminals or outlaws in the past life and you didn't get caught by the law, the 3D law. But spiritual law caught you. This is why I say you never get away with anything on a spiritual level. You never get away with it. Because whatever didn't catch up with you in your past life is going to catch up with you in this life. And so in order for you to make restitution and do right, some of you may need to do things to help the collective. Do, you know, community orient or work for an organization that helps people, doing something for more than just one person or something more than for yourself. Okay? And that will help you to clear this karma. If you do that and you think about that and you contemplate that over the summer, once the planets go direct and you move forward again, creating new karma, if you do what you're supposed to do, your lack of security will change. You won't have to worry about stealing from anybody. You won't have to worry because you will have security. If you don't, then you will lose security. You won't have a home. You'll lose a house. You might be homeless. Okay, that could very well be. Or you will still be anxious. You'll still always think somebody's after you and you'll never feel secure and safe. Because the house energy represents an energy of security and safety as well. Right? But in reverse, you won't have that. And the psychology behind that is the fact that you'll be embarrassed. So embarrassed could be the fact that you could be homeless. Okay? This person or this energy here is an energy of homelessness as well. So for some of you, you need to pay restitution to the collective in order for you to correct your karma. And this is also for North Node in Aquarius as well. I'm feeling that strongly. Your goal is to pay some type of restitution to the collective. And once you do that, then you'll be settling karma. So all throughout the summer, you need to think about ways that you can do that, ways that you can give back to people, things that you can do to help the collective in any way, shape, or form. If it's nothing more than just doing something kind for somebody once a day. Doing like a pay it forward type of thing where, if you're in the drive-thru at Dunkin' Donuts, give the cashier extra $10 and say, hey, add this $10 to whatever that person is ordering so that they can take $10 off of their meal. Or you're in the store and somebody's order is like, under a reasonable amount where you can pay for it. If you can do something larger for someone, then fine. But little things like that, you can do that. You can volunteer, volunteer your time, participate in community-based events. But doing something for the collective and for the community is going to help your future karma be better and to help you wipe off some of this negative karma from when you were a hustler doing illegal things in the past life. All right, so this is an example of what, you know, you may be dealing with. So there was some unscrupulous things that went on in your past life. You didn't get caught for it, but you were anxious about being caught. So you didn't get caught by the law, by the physical 3D law. You got away with it, and you were always anxious that you would get caught. Okay, or maybe there was an energy here where you had a financial lack, and it made you very anxious, and you were never able to fix that in your past life. So now in this life, you're supposed to give restitution. Okay, excuse me. And then once you start giving restitution in some way, shape, or form, that will help clear up this past karma and create positive karma for you moving forward. So that's what I got for you, Aquarius. If this resonates with you, pay attention to your dreams. It's very important. Your dreams may help to lead you to understand what it is that you're supposed to be doing, or different ways that you can do it. Or your dreams may give you some indication of what you were doing in a past life. Like maybe you have a dream where you're hanging out with criminals and you're doing, you know, illegal things. Or maybe you have a dream that you're a business owner and you're about to lose your business, or you just lost your business, or you're about to be homeless, or something like that. Okay? But some of you, you know, there was an anxiety in your past life of losing your stability and losing your financial security. And so as long as you pay restitution in this life and give back to those, you know, and not being greedy and selfish because you're afraid that you're going to lose things or that you're going to be in lack, the universe is going to provide for you that you'll have stability and security. If you don't, you may lose stability and security, and it may be very embarrassing for you to have to let somebody know, I don't have a place to live. I need to live with you. I need to move in with you. And that may cause you embarrassment. Okay? So I got that for you. I'm going to go into the extended. I'm going to pull a couple of cards for each of these because that was just the framework of what we're dealing with. But we'll get some more specific. We'll get some more specific information once we pull the cards for each of these. I'm going to pull like 3 or 4 cards for each of these, and we'll get into it very deeply. Okay. So with that being said, if this resonates with you or someone you know, make sure you click that like button. Leave a comment if the comment section is open. I'm not closing it. I open it, but YouTube closes it. There's nothing I can do about it. I can't keep going back because I post too many readings. I try to go back from time to time and just make sure it's on. But if you can't leave a comment there, you can leave a comment on another reading or in a community tab under any of the postings I've done. Just say, hey, this is I'm commenting based on the reading from blah blah blah. You know, and that'll tell me, okay, the comments were closed and that you wanted to let me know something. Or you could email me too and let me know, hey, this was resonating with me, or blah blah blah. Or if you want a personal, email me. My information's in the box below. Make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell. That way you're gonna know when I post, right? And you check your subscription button on your phone or on, you know, when you log in to YouTube, go to your subscription section and you'll see when I post, okay? So with that being said, thank you so much for checking out the video. I wish you guys the best. Hopefully I'll chat with you in the extended. If not, I'll see you in the next reading. Later, Aquarius.